Hey GlamFam, welcome to today's video. We are testing out the brand new Natasha Denona Mini Bronze Palette. We're going to compare it to the Mini Bronze Palette. We're going to create this gorgeous bronze look and just do a lot of swatch comparisons. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright GlamFam, before we get started, I'm Kristi. If you're new here, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful GlamFam. We're here every Friday and Sunday, and we'd love for you to become part of our family. Please give this video a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button, and when you comment below, it always helps my videos out. I love hearing from you guys. You can follow me on all my social media accounts, TikTok, Instagram, it's all Kristi Allure, and you can check out my Rich Glamorous Life Collections.com. Alright, let's jump right into this. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So out of all of the midi palettes, Natasha Denona just killed it with the bronze palette. This one and the Glam palette are definitely my favorite of the midis. I think this is just the most gorgeous bronzy gold goddess colors. You can check out my full review I did, oh my gosh, is it 2 years ago now? You can check out that video, but I did create a look with this entire palette. It is absolutely stunning. So I was really excited for her to come out with this little mini one, and this is her new mini bronze palette. So if you own the midi bronze palette, they are different colors. They're not the same colors. It's not like you're just getting 5 of these shades. These are all new shades, but there are very close shades. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like up close. Let's just really quickly in my studio take a look at those bronze shades. I mean, you just have like just amazing pigments with those. So you're getting like just the ultimate bronze palette if you buy. This is now $67. It used to be $65, but really beautiful. You have even like, oops, right here, those pops of colors right there. But let's just kind of take a look closer in natural daylight at what it looks like up against the midi and the mini bronze palettes, just so it gives you guys an idea of what it looks like. There are very similar shades. The only shade I would say is that second shade, which is called, I think that one's called Flesh. That's the only tone that's not, and that's like that bone color, which is just that, you need that in every palette. It's just beautiful. So that was the only thing actually missing out of the bronze palette, so I'm happy. This is just a good little extension, although a couple of the darker mattes are very, very similar. So we will go over that in just a second. The closest mini I found that had similar tones but not close, but these are the two closest ones. So this is the mini nude palette and now the new mini bronze palette. I would say these two are the closest tones, although they're very different shades. You're not going to really find too many shades from, I own a lot of the minis, almost all of them actually, and you just don't really have anything like this bronze one. The retro, it looks nothing like it. So mini Metropolis I have right there, mini nude, mini glam, and I don't even think glam looks anything like it, and then the mini bronze. So let's first go into the details of this and then we'll talk about the swatches. So this little mini is now $27. It used to be $25. So she did up the price by a couple dollars, just so you guys know that. But I do find that they're really great for traveling. This palette is inspired by Natasha Denona's best-selling bronze palette with 5 warm tone, creamy matte, and metallic finishes, perfect for the summer, free of parabens and mineral oil. I mean, you just have such spectacular metallics. I mean, that is just a gorgeous metallic. And these mattes are so incredibly pigmented. As you can see here, I'll show you right there. Let me focus. Yeah, that's just a very pigmented matte. So I really appreciate that. I can't wait to create a look with that today. Now let's take a look at the actual shades in the mini bronze palette. So you have, the first one is Russet, which is 435, and that's a creamy matte warm dark brown. It is absolutely stunning. And then you have that flesh tone, like I said, which is a matte beige nude. And then you have Gobi, which is a matte medium tangerine brown. And then Bronze Foil, which is a metallic copper bronze. And then you have Tough, which is a matte medium terracotta. Each one of those shades is just absolutely stunning. They all swatched so pretty. You can see the up close shots in natural daylight, and they're just beautiful. They just one swipe swatches. Those were just insanely gorgeous, and that's just natural daylight. Now let's take a look at what it looks like outside in natural sunlight, and you can see what the shades really look like outside. Again, just so beautiful. And then I just took a finger swatch of the Mini Metropolis Mini Nude Metallics against the Mini Bronze. So incredibly beautiful, you guys. It really is the most gorgeous metallics right there. And then I put it up against the Mini Metropolis, and they really kind of go hand in hand. They can really be paired together well if you were traveling. That's what I absolutely love. That's the Mini Nude swatch, just so if you guys were interested in that one, it's still available. That one is now $27. I paid $25 originally when I bought it a while back. But very gorgeous, but you can see a little bit more cool tone metallics in there. And then let's take a look at Mini Metropolis. You definitely have that very bright gold. That's one of my favorite minis right there. And then that mustardy, beautiful, ooh, it's so pretty. And then that teal, and that dark brown. So very different. But where I found the most similar comparisons is between obviously the Mini Bronze and the Midi Bronze. And then I threw in a Mini Nude in there as well. So we're gonna look at the mattes first. So comparing the mattes, the Mini Bronze, that's the first kind of like dark reddish tone color, and that's called Russet. And that compared to Magna from the Midi Bronze palette is very similar. I mean, almost identical, but has slightly warmer tones. So it's not exactly the same, but it is very close. And then Mini Nude Soul comes in very close. I actually think Soul and Russet probably look almost identical from the Mini Nude and the Mini Bronze palette, almost identical from that picture. And then as far as that reddish tone shade in the new Mini Bronze, the closest one I can find was the Suntan from Midi Bronze palette, the original, the bigger one. So those two looked very different in my opinion. Just one has more, I think, more purple tones, where the one in the Midi palette, where this one in the Mini Bronze feels like it has a little bit more reddish undertone. And then when you look at the warmer color, which is from the new Mini Bronze, it's called Gobi, and that's kind of a mustardy, orangey brown color. It is really pretty. And I would compare that a lot to Sundown would be closest, but that's a lighter peach. So this has a lot more depth. The Gobi has a lot more depth than Sundown did in the Midi Bronze, in the Midi, the bigger size bronze. And then I love Ridge. That's one of my favorite colors from that palette. And I had to put it back in because I usually take that one out and keep it with me because that's how much I love that color. So when you're looking at the mattes, those are the closest ones. I would say the closest matches were those two dark ones from the big size bronze palette and the Midi Bronze, and then the Mini Glam, or Nude, sorry. Those three came the absolute closest, but if you're like me, I just want to own them all. Now let's take a look at the metallics. So I just took the closest metallics from all of those palettes and I just kind of put them in one arm swatch. So we have the brand new Mini Bronze palette, and that's called Bronze Foil. Oh, you guys, that is absolutely stunning. And then from the Mini Nude is Bronzage, which again has a little bit more, I don't know, like a cooler undertone, neutral, cool undertone. And then from the regular size Midi palette, you've got Silk, Beach, True Bronze, and Gold Metallic. So, you know, I would say similar. I think Silk and Beach come the closest to this new one, but still has different depths, different undertones to it. I don't know if that's boring for you guys, but I know a lot of you like me to compare the swatches and want to know if I already own some of these palettes. Do I need this one? Well, that answer's for you. It just depends on what you guys want. I feel like it's worth it because I like to collect these. So we are just gonna create a look with this one today. So we're gonna start off with that, like just that matte nude beige color, and we're just gonna kind of reinforce the base. I do have my Dominique Cosmetics. You guys already know the eyeshadow base is just my holy grail eyeshadow base. It's extremely affordable and it is beautiful. And I kind of set it down lightly with my NARS Eden powder. All right, so I'm gonna take it more on a flat brush. This is a Rougher 21. I love this brush. And we're just gonna take that onto the lid. Oh, actually that pulls more of a peach undertone than I thought. I thought that was gonna be like a nudie color. Okay, all right, well that's a, oh, there's a lot of fallout. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's put some powder down. That was quite a bit of fallout right there. Didn't expect that. Let's put just a little bit more powder down. I think I'm gonna take my Viseart powder and we're just gonna kind of throw that down on the under eye area. That scares me because I do not need that mess going on. Let's just take it on my brush. I'd rather be safe than sorry and put a little bit of that powder down. Okay. This powder is so micro thin that at least it won't disturb my foundation, which I'm kind of doing a wear test on this new Hourglass one at the same time. So there we are. Okay, that was not what I expected. Okay, so make sure you really are just pressing this one in and not necessarily swiping it too much. Otherwise you are gonna get, yeah, it's really crumbly. Whew, that is more than usual with Natasha. I would probably take this on the back of your hand a little. You wanna make sure you don't get too much on that brush. Okay, I'm still getting fallout. Whoa, that is a lot of, that just seems to me a lot more fallout than usual. But it's really beautiful. It's pretty. It's not the color I thought. I thought it was gonna be more like, you know, more like this type of nudie color. Like, that's what I was expecting. But not to say I'm pleasantly surprised because there's some depth in there. So that is really pretty. And if you're really light skinned, that could be a beautiful transition color too. So we're just gonna go with it because I already put it on my lid. Goodness gracious, can you believe everything is just going up with inflation? I can't believe now we're paying $27 for these minis. It's crazy. All right, so yeah, there's some definite kick up there. So again, I haven't played with this palette, so I really wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. All right, let's see what this looks like as a transition shade. So it's weird. It looks so in person, especially. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm looking at that color right there, let's see, let's focus. There we go. This color right here, if I'm looking at that color, would you guys think it would be that peach? Like it's really almost pulling off like a transition shade more than anything. So I'm just gonna put that into the crease a little, because that was not what I was expecting. All right, now let's try out this middle shade, and that one's called Gobi. It's like a matte, like tangerine. It's one of her creamy mattes. What I do like is I don't think any of these are cream to powder. Yeah, they're all creamy mattes, which, oh, I'm so happy because I like her creamy mattes better than I like her cream to powder formulation. So I'm going to take it onto this BK Beauty 202. Tomorrow is the last day for the BK Beauty sale. So if you want to get your hands on any of these incredible brushes, just take a look at pretty much every video I do, and I use BK Beauty brushes. So right now you'll get 20% off if you didn't see my video on Friday. They started the sale on Thursday. Make sure you're following me on Instagram because I always alert you guys, or I try to alert you guys of the sales, and I'm doing a huge giveaway soon. I partnered up with a jewelry company and it is a very big giveaway. So make sure you're following me at Kristi Allure and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. All right, we're gonna take that middle tangerine shade. Do not use my code for BK Beauty. Just if you can please utilize my link, that would be amazing. And if you bundle, like if you do like their bundles, you're gonna get up to 35% off. So it's really amazing sale right now. That's a really pretty shade. So we're just gonna stick that one in the crease and try to use my monitor as my mirror. We'll see how well that goes. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. And it's building up really nicely. Wow, that is a really pretty color. That color is actually prettier on the eye than I thought it was going to be. So that is really beautiful. Wow, that is really beautiful. All right, I'm gonna take the BK Beauty Angie 503. And this is a really good fluffy brush, and this is just clean. And I'm just taking that and just diffusing out the edges. And I like to put bronzer there sometimes too. Obviously, I always talk about that. But this right now, I'm just diffusing out the color. I don't want to add any pigments right now. Another thing I like to do is just take any type of deeper setting powder because there's not very much pigment to it. And this is the Chantecaille Perfect Blur in medium. And that's what I would do, is take that on that brush and then just start diffusing out any edges that we have. Just smooths things out, keeps it nice. I like to do it a lot with my Sigma E40 just because it has a very flat brush. So yeah, this one is a little bit easier to get in there and just kind of get into those lines. And then pull that out, and that lifts the eye, especially with mature skin. That is really beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's a really pretty color. All right, let's start building up some of these darker ones. So we're gonna start off with, actually let's start off with the deepest one. And that one is called Russet. Very gorgeous color. And I'm gonna take that on a really small brush. This is the BK Beauty Angie A504. This is a very precise. I have a similar color on this already from a different palette that I was playing with, but yeah, here it's nice and clean now. We're gonna take that on there. I'm just gonna press that in here in the middle first, because I like to round out my eyes. If you're just doing more of a wing, then keep that darker out here. But because I like to round out my eyes, I like to start off now with the pigment more, almost like 3/4 in, and then I bring it in. That one's not falling out as much as that first shade is. That first shade, that last shade wasn't as much fallout either. That first shade was a lot of fallout. These two are good. And then whatever's left over, I'll bring out here, and then I'll build up that outer corner later. That is really pretty, you guys. Wow, that is a gorgeous color. This is this russet color right there. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Just gonna place that pigment in right there. Oh my gosh. Right now, I'm just gonna stamp, 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 and then we'll blend later. I just want to get that pigment in there. Oh, that is so pretty. Don't worry about being messy because you're going to use the other colors to blend out anyway. So that's why you can just press, 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 press. I learned so much from Instagram Reels, like from Rose and Ben. I love her. I love her. You guys know I love her brush, but I love her Instagram Reels. And I just learned so much from her and other makeup artists. It's fun. You just get little techniques that you learn from different people. That looks so good. That is so pretty. I love this brush for that. I also love my Rephr brush for that. This is another good one to really place the pigment in, and it really stamps in there. This is my other one. This is the Rephr number 12. Oh, so good. All right, now I'm gonna take the BK Beauty A502. This one is a little bit wider than this one, as you guys can tell. So this one was the first one I used. Now we're gonna use this guy right there. So it's a little bit fluffier of a tip. And we're gonna take the reddish one now, this little guy right. We're gonna take this one right there. We're just gonna use all the colors. We're gonna blend out that darker shade with this on top. I'm gonna tap off a little bit because that is a very pigmented color. And I'm just gonna go very light. I'm holding the brush. When you hold the brush right here, you're definitely gonna, you know, be able to hold more. I'm just blowing out the edges because this is so pigmented. I don't want to press down too hard. Or I'm just gonna, actually I'm gonna take a little bit off the back of my hand and now just start diffusing out the edges. That's another way you can do it too, because this pick has so much pigment on it already. See how that's coming off on the back of my hand? And then if you do that, you're just gonna be able to blend out the edges without anything or switching brushes. Because not everybody has a ton of brushes to use. All right, so we're gonna use that first brush, what we were using. This is gonna be actually a really good color to blend out edges. So we're gonna go back into that first base shade, that one right there. And we're just gonna, oh yeah, that's perfect for just smoothing out any edges that you have. Just be careful with the fallout. But yeah, that's really pretty. That gives that really gorgeous like sunrise effect. Now let's go back into this Gobi, this middle shade, and let's take it onto that BK Beauty that we were using, 202. Going back in, same brush, same color we did there, and we're just gonna kind of go over the top of that, all that stuff right there, just like that. Just go over the top and just mix all of them. That looks like a perfect sunset. Oh, it's so pretty. And then we'll go over that with my Sigma E40. We're just nothing on this brush, we're just diffusing out. I'm gonna take my perfect setting powder and we're gonna dip that into here, just like that. Get that brush nice and saturated and see, voila, look at that. What edges? What is that? This is the greatest trick ever. Oh, I just did this one on my own. I was like, what can I use that won't put too much, because if I do a bronzer, it's gonna get too dark. And I started noticing that when I was blending out with my bronzers. So I love using this because there's hardly any pigment in that. And it just literally diffuses out everything. I mean, look at that, you guys. That is so beautiful. All right, now let's take this metallic and we're gonna use our finger first. I just want you guys to see this goodness. Oh, you guys gotta see this. I mean, that is the most gorgeous metallic. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, but wow, that is like copper tone. Oh my goodness, this just makes me want to like watch the most gorgeous sunset. All right, we're gonna do finger first and then we'll do the more detailed work. We're just gonna put that all over the lid. I think this is gonna be so beautiful too underneath my Danessa Myricks foil, but I only want to use the shadow because I want you guys to see what oh my gosh, that's beautiful. You don't need it because that happens. But I think that'd be really beautiful as well. Let me grab my little detail brush. This is just my crown, just a really really thin, I should say, small. This is like I think this is like a lip oval lip brush. So this is actually technically a lip brush, but it just works so well for really getting into those areas. And there's something about the texture of this brush, and I don't even know how to find it anymore. I got it at like this little place in Sacramento that I used to go to, but I don't even know if they're even open anymore. If I can find it, I will put it on the bottom, but it's literally like, I don't know what I'd do without this brush. That's how much I love it. So you will get fallout. You want to make sure you're placing it when you use a brush. And you can wet this and you can get even more pigment out of this. Actually, let's wet my rougher one. Let's wet that one. This is the rougher 21. We're gonna use my MAC Fix Plus spray. And I try to wipe off a little bit so it's not too wet. I do think this mini bronze is worth it. It's really beautiful. But if you're not into these red tone coppers, I do say if you don't own the mini nude, get your hands on the mini nude, because it is a very similar experience you get. You get a little bit more metallics. And now I'm gonna take my finger and go over that. Just like that. And that's gonna just, the finger gives the most pigment, and Natasha always says that. So that's what they are designed to use with your finger, just so you guys know that. Oh, she is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, let's deepen out the outer corners now. So let's go back to that little mini brush we were using, the BK Beauty Angie 504. We're gonna take this corner shade right here, and we're just gonna kind of build out that outer corner just a little bit, just deepen it out. Just stamping it right here. Not too much. And then I'm gonna take the oval lip brush again. Actually, let's use this. This is the Dominique Cosmetics, the pigment brush. Let's see what that does, because this one grabs onto product really well. Oh yeah, this is a really good brush. Oh my gosh, yes. I love putting on my metallics with this one, I forgot. Yeah, this is like a $12 brush too. It's so good. You can get this on Beautylish, and I think this is available on Beautylish as well. You can get this brush on Beautylish though, this Dominique Cosmetics one. So I do have fallout arising. I can see it. That's okay. We'll just wipe it away. Oh, you guys, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I'm gonna take my Sephora brush and just wipe away. Good thing we had that powder there. It's not getting messy. All right, let's get on to the lower lash line. That is so gorgeous. We will actually just take this brush and just kind of start making sure there's no extra product, because I don't want to put too much pigment there where it's too harsh. I just want it to blend it out a little. All right, we're going to take this smaller one we were using, and we're just going to start smoking out that lower lash line, that same darker shade. And I just want to see what that looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, actually, yeah, we gotta do that now because we already did it. You could have done that with a more red tone color too. Now let's go into the reddish tone one, a little bit lighter. See how powdery that is? Make sure you dust off. Yeah, that's really pretty. We're just kind of connecting that to the top section, and I'm gonna pull that out a little bit right there. Ooh, she is pretty. All right, we're gonna take this brush and we're gonna take my Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder. This is a rougher 26 brush. I'm just gonna saturate that with that like setting powder shade. There's no harshness going on. All right, now let's take this darker shade. This is, I love this liner brush. This is the BK Beauty 208 brush, just a flat. This is like the most micro, thin, like brush. It's just perfect for placing down liner. Another color that would be really beautiful would be Mambo from NARS. You can use that eyeliner, and that would be really beautiful as well. Actually, let's try that. This is from NARS. It's really pretty. It's like a reddish brown. Yeah, that would be gorgeous with this. That is really beautiful with that color. Oh my goodness. And that just reinforces it. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit on that corner right there. Now I'm gonna go in with this little Morphe brush, just a little pencil brush, just a really thin little pencil brush. We're gonna go into that reddish tone color, that one. I'm just gonna go underneath that. Now I'm gonna take that middle shade onto this rougher 26 brush. I'm gonna go back in to this shade right here onto this BK Beauty brush. I'm just gonna kind of start building up that one right there. Just kind of clean up the edges a little. Sigma E40, nothing on it, and just start blending out. Going back into my Chantecaille Perfect Setting Powder. You can never blend enough. All right, you guys, so this is how the final look pulled together. It is absolutely beautiful. This is a gorgeous palette. Natasha Denona did not disappoint. This mini is absolutely beautiful. I do feel like it's a nice extension of the midi palette compared to what she did last year with the retro palette, or year before, I don't remember, where they weren't really that similar. I feel like this is definitely the twin sister to this. This is not the same colors, and obviously you do get some other color tones in there, like more red tones, I would say. This can look, my only downfall with this little mini color tone on the mattes is it can almost pull a little sickly, I can say, like almost when people use pink shadows, it goes the same with red shadows. So you kind of have to be careful. So what I ended up doing is taking the Victoria Beckham brown eyeliner and went over the Mambo, because although Mambo was really beautiful and really matched the red tones in this, it kind of, in my opinion, off camera made me feel like I look a little sick without my lashes on especially. But once I put the lashes on and I kind of darkened up that eyeliner, I think it really pulled together. I think it is a beautiful tone. That bronze foil is, oh, chef's kiss. It is absolutely stunning. I actually liked those two shades more than I thought I was going to. So one thing I would have changed, and this is just being hypercritical, is I would have probably made that one more of a brownish color, and that would have been like more my perfect color. So just for me personally, I think that would have been beautiful. More of the undertone from Magna in this palette, where it had a little bit more brown depth to it, but I can always go to this palette. You know, I always have this palette, so it's not that big of a deal. I hope those swatches really helped. I am going to rank this new Natasha Denona mini bronze palette 4 out of 5. I think it is really beautiful. I think that can almost 4.5, just like I said, maybe a half a point off from that when just feeling like there's just too much red in this undertone wise, but other than that, it is stunning. She didn't disappoint. This is going to be one of my top shelf minis from Natasha Denona, but I still would say my mini nude and my mini Metropolis are my favorite, but this is my favorite everyday Natasha Denona. I just feel like I can really create so many beautiful looks from day to night with this, and I can just take this as a beautiful addition. So I would probably rank this one number 1, definitely. And then I would actually rank, I would probably rank Metropolis number 2, and then I would go with the mini bronze. So that would be number 3. And then from there on, I'll rank the other ones you can see right there. But yeah, out of all the Natasha Denona minis, that's how I would kind of rank it. But I do think it is absolutely beautiful. If you love bronze tones, you really like those red undertones, you're going to really love this palette. And I'll continue to use it. I think it is absolutely stunning. I think the look came out just very like summer bronze. It can even really go into fall, and this will be gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous fall colors. This is a gorgeous fall look right here. So spring, summer, fall, maybe, yeah, we could do winter too. I mean, this could be an all-season palette, but I do love that she did a perfect extension of this. So I like that. If you're gonna call it the mini bronze, at least it looks like a sister to the mini bronze. So I really like that, and not like a distant cousin like the retro. But other than that, you can never go wrong with Natasha Denona shadows. Comment below, let me know if you picked this little mini bronze palette, and let me know your favorite Natasha Denona midi or mini, or even the bigger pans. I always wanted the gold palette, so I hope one day I get my hands on that. It's been out of stock on her site, and it's no longer available on anywhere else, so I would love to pick up that gold palette. If I can get my hands on that gold palette, I think that would be like my all-time favorite palette. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are new here, before you go, if you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam Fam. We're here every Friday and Sunday, and we'd really love for you to become part of our family. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button, and when you comment below. It really does help my videos out. All of the affiliate links will be on the bottom. As always, you guys, I really appreciate when you utilize those links. If you decide to purchase any of these products, it really does help go back to supporting my channel. You can follow me at Kristi Allure on Instagram, on TikTok, Kristi Allure, and you can check out my merch, glamourouslifecollections.com, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys, love you.
you.